I was going to ask you to talk about what it means to offer up suffering, but I don't want a theological, clever explanation.
Good.
I want to
Because
know.
I am not a theologian and I am not equipped to answer like one.
But I want you to be honest about what the hell that means, because a lot of us, maybe not a lot of us, if we were blessed actually to be raised in a Catholic family, we may have been told to offer it up. I wasn't. Maybe you weren't either.
I wasn't either.
But those of us who were maybe still don't even know what that really means. Again, I don't need you to be theologically accurate.
Yeah.
What I want from you is, okay, you've dealt with great suffering for like 20 years, at least since I've known you, you've been suffering. How have you grown in, quote unquote, offering it up? And what does that mean?
So when I was 19 years old, I remember that was the first time I heard about offering it up. My motto when I was little was "Suck it up, princess." Like I was told that often. I had to be tough. I had to be strong.
It's like the exact opposite, isn't it?
It is. So I was raised more suck it up. Like
there's something to be said about resilience and not whining and complaining. If that's
and
what
even
they
in
meant.
sports, I would dislocate. Hindsight, I have this weird disease, autoimmune disease, where my joints dislocate. But I would dislocate, and my dad was my coach often when I was little, and he put my knee, pop it back in joint, and was like, "Okay, are you good? Can you suck it up? Can you get back out there?" I'm like, "Yes, I can suck it up. I got this. I'm going back out." And I play harder. I like double down on it, and I'd use. And he's like, "Use the pain. Use the pain." So I like use the pain to be a better soccer player.
Just so you know, I would, first of all, just never let my child play sports who's dislocating, and I would throw them over my shoulder.
It's because I was accident prone, right? And I was slide tackling people. I had no.
All right. Anyway, this is not. Anyway, so
I lived like that, right? And then when I got to high school, it was the same with my sports. It was get back out there, use the pain. Like I would get angry. Like this one girl was really good at wrestling, and she would always go for my shoulder because she knew my right shoulder she could dislocate. She learned it in one match, every match. I'd spend the whole time trying to protect that one shoulder. And as soon as she dislocated it, excruciating pain, right? And I put it back in, I'm like, get her back. And so I like try to channel that anger to be a better athlete, right? And then when I was 19, I don't know what happened. I just was really sick. And so I stopped. I randomly started vomiting, and then I started not keeping down any food. And I'm tall. I'm like 5'8.5". I normally weigh like 128, 132 pounds, in between there. I don't really change weight often, but that's where I belong. And I got down to almost 100 pounds. And I was begging the doctors in Canada to tell me what's wrong, right? And some of my friends that I lived with, my teammates, could like put their hand around my waist, and they were concerned for me. And I think it was actually Des Sanish that said to me, was talking about, I was given an icon by a Franciscan friar the summer before. I was with Annie Devlin out on Long Island, and I was at a Youth 2000 retreat. And this Franciscan friar gave me the face of Christ. It was like this little icon. And Des started talking about the beauty of offering up our pain. And I was like, I know, I need to, and I took the attitude of sucking it up. And he's like, no, you offer it up. You unite it to Christ. So like, just as he's on the cross, you give yourself to him, like in the Mass. And he talked about the Mass and how like Christ says, this is my body given up for you. Like we get to unite ourselves to him and give it over to him. And it was like the beauty of offering it up. And I had a good priest there who also talked about it, and my other teammates. And like, I don't know, I guess it was the opposite of what I was doing.
But I would say, like, just to fast forward, in the last 5 years, you've gotten way better at it. And I think it was from when that priest said to you that you think the Lord uses you in spite of your weaknesses. Do you think that
So I've gotten way better at it more recently.
Do you think something shifted at that point?
Yes. Yeah. Right. I had a priest say to me, a beautiful old holy man, and said, Cameron, you think the Lord uses you in spite of your weaknesses and your brokenness and your shortcomings. And I was like, yeah, isn't God so good? He's like, no. I was like, oh, no. Sorry, what? And he's like, no. It is precisely because of your weaknesses and your shortcomings and your brokenness. Every cut, every pain, every bruise that you have, whether it's inflicted by you, your mother, or someone else, the Lord uses and radiates through. Like he shines through it. And his glory is seen through it. And so often what we want to do is like, Lord, I'll share my heart. I'll share any part, but not this bit, not this wound. So for you in the beginning of our marriage, that was pornography, right? Like, I don't want to talk about this. Like, let me give this talk where I'm all polished and put together. But to go there is really hard. You have to humble yourself and you have to be vulnerable. And with vulnerability, it's like, if you want to hurt me, this is where you hurt me. And so it's looking at those places in our hearts. And I take a long time to learn things. And I feel like the Lord has been so patient with me. But I think I realized back when I was 19, I had really beautiful, powerful prayer experiences on the floor of a bathroom. And I just encountered the Lord, and I just felt closer to him in suffering. So I always say, like, I'm more at home in the sorrowful mysteries than I am in the joyful or the glorious. I don't get them as much. Like, I love my life. I have a great life. Like, I'm not a sad person. I don't mean it, but like, I relate to it more. Like, when I see the Pietà, like, I'm like, yeah, that was me with Peter. When my baby's tiny little body was broken and bruised and my heart was bleeding and in so much pain, like, I get that. You know, my body being broken and cut open. When I had Liam, when they literally tied me down on the table, you know, like so I know that it's only grace, but I think it's not being afraid of it. Like,
so what does it mean to offer it up?
When we unite our pain and our suffering to Christ.
How do you do that? And what does that mean?
It's like Christ embraced the cross. Everyone said he was a fool to do it. And it's like, you idiot, why would you do that? Like, you could just bring the beam. I don't know what you call it, but you could just bring that little bit. Like, why are you embracing your whole cross? Like, you're so foolish, right? But he did it because he loves us. And I feel like we have moments where he invites us to be Simon of Cyrene, or we're invited to be Saint Veronica. And it's like we get to have compassion and go and like wipe Christ's face, or we get to help him carry the cross. Like, me helping him and uniting all of my pain and suffering is nothing.
When you say you unite it, what are you doing?
I think about someone that I want to pray for, or someone that I know that's going through a really hard time. And I say, Lord, whatever this pain and this suffering and what I'm going through now, I give to you, and I ask that you give graces to them and draw them close to you. And through that, like, we don't waste an ounce of suffering. Like, if we're in pain and we're suffering, it's the difference between reaching for the Tylenol and not wanting any pain. Like, our world says no one should have pain. If you have pain, we should euthanize you. Like, if you're getting old and you're suffering, there's no point in suffering. But we, as followers of Christ, we believe in redemptive suffering. Like, sometimes people don't turn to Christ until they're on their deathbed. And when they are in pain and suffering, I don't know, you see what really matters and what doesn't matter. And it can draw you closer to Christ. I'm sorry. I know I don't have the right words.
No, I don't. I think you're probably saying it fine. I'm just trying to get down to the crux of it.
I think it's not denying it. So just as a truly humble person, if they have a gift, like Sister Isabel with her voice, and she sings, and it's amazing and beautiful, and she gives glory to God. By us thanking her for singing, she would not, and her saying, oh, it's not a big deal, I don't have a good voice. She's not accepting the gift that the Lord's given her, but her saying, you're welcome, and continuing to serve. Like, her good voice isn't for her, it's for us.
Okay.
And I think those that are, like, we all have suffering in our lives.
Yep.
But I think that our suffering's not even for us, it's for others, right? So it's through.
Wow, that's powerful. So what's meant to isolate us can unite us.
Yes. Yeah. So if we turn away and we don't let anyone help us and we're in denial, and I think that's something that I've come to terms with in the last few years, that I'm not denying that I'm in pain anymore. I feel like that's what I was doing for so long. I was white knuckling it.
I concur.
And I broke my body even more by thinking that I had it all together. And I think that and I've seen it, like I'm aware. I wake up in the middle of the night so many nights, and sometimes it's excruciating pain, and I know exactly who I need to pray for. And I pray for them. And like, it's not, I don't know, like, It's not me. Like, it's the Holy Spirit. Like, you get used to hearing, like, you could have 100 guys in the room. I could pick your voice out from anyone else because I know you. And when, oftentimes, especially as women, we listen to the enemy's voice way more than we do the Lord's. And I listened to the enemy's voice for many, many, many years. And he is the accuser. He was telling me how horrible and disgusting and gross I was and how I could never amount to anything. And it was all these horrible things. And oftentimes we say that's the Lord. It's not. The Lord is merciful and loving. And when he speaks to me, I'm his precious little girl. He loves me and he's so patient with me. And so, like, it's weird. It's like, that's where like suffering can be a gift. Like, it's like, thank you. Thank you for loving me so much that you let me experience this with you. I don't have words to make it make sense, but like, it makes sense in my heart.
Yeah. Thanks very much for watching that clip. You can click the link below if you want to watch the full interview, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.